Today on UPSC History View, as the East India Company went on to become one of the largest companies with a political and administrative rule over India, it started with the Charter Act of 1793. Hello and welcome to UPSC History View at UPSC Practice. Let's learn about this Act of 1793 from the Parliament of Great Britain. The East India Company Act 1793 was also known as the Charter Act of 1793, and it was an act of the Parliament of Great Britain which renewed the charter issued to the British East India Company or EIC. Let's learn about the provisions of this act. In contrast with legislation concerning British India proposed to the preceding 2 decades, the 1793 Act passed with minimal trouble. The Act made only fairly minimal changes to either the system of government in India or British oversight of the company's activities. Most importantly, the company's trade monopoly was continued for a further 20 years. Salaries for the staff and paid members of the Board of Control were also now charged to the company. Other provisions of the Act included: Number 1. The Governor-General was granted extensive powers over the subordinate presidencies of Madras and Bombay. Number 2. The Governor-General's power of overruling his council was affirmed. Number 3. Royal approval was mandated for the appointment of the Governor-General, the Governors, and the Commander-in-Chief. Number 4. This Act continued the company's rule over the British territories in India. Number 5. It continued the company's trade monopoly in India for another 20 years. Number 6. The Act established that acquisition of sovereignty by the subjects of the Crown is on behalf of the Crown and not in its own right, which clearly stated that the company's political functions were on behalf of the British government. Number 7. The company's dividends were allowed to be raised to 10%. Number 8. The Governor-General was given more powers. Number 9. When the Governor-General was present in Madras or Bombay, he would supersede in authority over the governors of Madras and Bombay. Number 10. In the Governor-General's absence from Bengal, he could appoint a Vice President from among the civilian members of his council. Number 11. The composition of the Board of Control changed. It was to have a President and 2 junior members, who were not necessarily members of the Privy Council. Number 12. The salaries of the staff and the Board of Control were also now charged to the company. Number 13. After all expenses, the company had to pay the British government 5 lakh British pounds from the Indian revenue annually. Number 14. Senior company officials were barred from leaving India without permission. If they did so, it would be considered as a resignation. Number 15. The company was granted the authority to grant licenses to individuals and company employees to carry on trade in India, known as the privilege or country trade, which paved the way for shipments of opium to China. The company's charter was next renewed by the Charter Acts of 1813. Thank you for listening on this article on the Charter Act of 1793. For more such articles, get the UPSC Practice app from the App Store.